All right, hey, so welcome to Golf Institute USA. We're doing our fourth tour weekly. This particular tour player is Bubba Watson. For those of you who don't know him, he's a pretty long ball striker. Hits it a good distance. He won the Farmers Insurance Open this week, and it's his second career PGA Tour win, which is pretty solid. Gets you a little bit of confirmation that it wasn't a fluke the first time, I'm sure. Um, just want to talk a little bit about how he did it, what he did well, and what makes him so good that he's winning. For those of you who don't know what Tour Weekly is, for those of you on YouTube, finding me on YouTube, it's designed just to highlight and talk about what these guys do so well week in and week out. What we do is we take a tour player, for example, Bubba Watson here, and I'm going to talk a little bit about what he does so well in his golf swing to make him a winner or a second-time winner on the PGA Tour. Just a couple of facts for you. When he won the golf tournament, this is actually some older footage of his golf swing, but I wanted to use it because I just happen to like this swing and really has some good stuff within it. But when he won this week, he actually averaged 316 yards off the tee, and everybody who knows or has heard of Bubba Watson knows that he hits it a long, long way. But when you're hitting it off the tee, you're averaging 316 yards. That's big. That's huge. He birdied all the par fives, and his quote was that he birdied all the par fives, and that's what you need to do in order to win in the final round of this Farmers Insurance Open. So let's just go into a little bit about his golf swing. And I want to just talk a little bit. Now we got it reversed here. For those of you, I can put it into the righty mode, but I actually want to go ahead and do this analyzing for lefties. This is for you lefties out there. I show different things, and one of the things I wanted to talk about in his swing is I'm going to put this line here for plane. And one of the things I want to talk about in his swing was how well he stays on plane. As you can see, he gets this club back. He gets a lot of extension in his takeaway. You see a lot of guys, they get a quick hinge here. I'm going to actually take this line back off. They get a quick hinge. Watch his wrists in this halfway back position. You'll see a lot of guys these days that hinge those wrists very quickly, meaning that the shaft would probably already start to be going, more out up this way, vertical sooner. So you'll notice that he has what's called a late hinge or a late cocking of the wrist. He gets it coming through in a pretty good place. It's right on plane, but he waits until a little later, right about here, to start getting that club shaft pointed upward. So he has a late hinge, and part of the reason that he does that, I think, is because he likes the fact that by hinging late, you'll see here, he gets well past parallel, and he keeps going, and he keeps going some more. So you can see he gets well past parallel, and for those of you who are trying to hit the ball a little further, it may help you not to hinge so quickly. You'll see he also maintains a very straight right arm in this case, and he gets a good hip turn. You can see almost his full right pocket here. You can almost see that full right pocket turning back into his left heel. So he makes a really big turn both in his hips again and his shoulders. He gets really turned behind that ball, and I think one of the ways he manages to do that is not only that he's probably one of the most flexible guys out there, I'd imagine. Actually watching an interview for him, he talks about how flexible he is. But part of it is that he gets this late extension, or this late cocking of the wrists, and it really drives that club a little longer, or a little bit past parallel. Now I'm not really a proponent of being well past parallel like this. This is a la John Daly, etc. There's these guys who get really, really long, and sometimes they can get a little wild. But in his particular case, he's extremely flexible, and he's playing tournaments all the time, every day. He's practicing and working on his game. I guess that's why he can get it a little bit past the line and still recover down through the ball nicely. I just want to show you why he's able to do that. So very quickly you'll see that he maintains, through his flexibility, he maintains a lot of extension here. He's not breaking this elbow down. You don't see the elbow going, or the forearm going this way and breaking at the elbow. You see it staying fairly straight here. You also see that he makes a good hip turn, even more than what I would say would be, that's more of a hip turn than I would usually recommend. But again, this is Bubba Watson. He's he's kind of his own animal, if you will. He's extremely flexible, and it's kind of unbelievable actually. But again, the reason he comes and does so well with this, he maintains that right arm. He keeps it very, very extended and away from his head. He doesn't get broken down. You can see there's quite a bit of space between his hands and his left ear here. And what you'll see is he maintains, as he drops that club downward in the slot and starts to rotate these hips here, you'll start to see him rotate the hips this way. And as he starts to rotate those hips around, you'll see him dropping that club downward here. Club's dropping, still maintains this extension of the arm. Still going, still going, still going, still going. He's still maintaining this extension, or this angle here. Still got the club, or still has his hands well away from his head, maintaining that right arm extension. And he's really got this angle here. You know, he's really got that club head lagging back. You'll also notice that he doesn't let that go until right about here, right about when he's back at that halfway back position. That's when he lets that club go. And he's moving so fast this camera can barely even pick it up. I mean, he's really moving in here. So you see he maintains, and then lets that club head go. So that's pretty amazing that he can maintain those angles for so long in his swing. Wow. So that's a little bit why he hits the ball so well. For those of you trying to learn from this at home, just remember that set the hands just a touch later in the backswing. Right here, set them a little later. I wouldn't recommend getting too far past parallel, but you'll notice if you wait until you're waist high and you don't set those hands or cock those wrists early, you'll notice you're able to get a little bit longer backswing, and then from there maintain that same angle. What you create here in the backswing, what you create here, maintain it throughout the golf swing. Don't allow it to break down. Make sure that you're maintaining this angle, because this is a power saver. He's just saving that power up, and then wham, right through the ball. And you can see the ball right out here starts right on line. So he's got kind of a funny little finish here where he holds it off, but I think that's because when he hits a little bit of a fade, he's not allowing that toe to turn over as much. He's holding it off a little bit. So certainly something to be learned from this golf swing. And for those of you at home, just remember, a little later set with the driver, and maintain that angle down through the golf ball. Thanks, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me about what you learned here. I'd be glad to field any questions or answer anything. Again, if you're tuning in from YouTube, visit the website, golfinstituteusa.com. Got the web address right up here at the top. Thanks so much, and have a great day.